Hello folks, it's Thomas here from Sinnis Motorcycles in Brighton. Been out on the road for quite a few days, done a 640-mile round trip, just visiting the dealers around the southwest and into Wales. So I got back and I couldn't help myself but going out on the new Hero 125 and shooting you guys a bit of a video. I popped into Andy Still's Motorcycles and met a lovely chap called Carl. He said how much he likes the videos. So off his request, I thought I'd come back and do a nice video on the Hero and do a nice walk around for you. So this is our new scooter coming into 2018. So far we've had about 40 come into the country. All have gone out, and we're starting to see some customers on the road now. So I just want to give you guys a bit of an insight into it, really. And a bit of history on this bike. So this bike's manufactured by a company called Linhao. They actually used to produce the Yamaha Sinnis in China, because obviously most of Yamaha's bikes are manufactured in China and have been done for many years. Everything from the YBR to YBR Custom to the YS by Jiangxi, and now they're focusing more on their M-Max and X-Max range. So in doing that, we've actually taken over the manufacturing rights for this bike into the UK, and I've been using this as my daily for about 2-3 weeks now, and in that time we've racked up quite a reasonable amount of mileage. Just want to make you guys aware, because this is a test model, the clocks are in kilometres, but obviously all the main models that go out to yourselves will be in miles per hour. Now, some of the best things I like about this Hero 125 is predominantly the brakes, actually, believe it or not. It has a CBS system, which means combined braking. So when I apply the rear brake here, it will partially apply the front. This works really well for a nice, safe stopping. It reduces the risk of the back end stepping out. And all in all, it brings a shorter braking distance, therefore making it safer for yourself, especially for the learner legal riders who haven't been on the road for too long. This is their first bike. The Hero has a really good under-seat storage. That's because the petrol tank is located up the front here on the bike, so it gives a lot more room, because most scooters actually have the fuel tanks located under the seat, and you fill up from under the seat, which works very well. But the big but is it it reduces your under seat storage. So some of the things you'll see here on the Hero are, I'll give you guys a little walk around of it. Yeah, some of the key parts are the under seat storage and these brilliant brakes. They're absolutely fantastic. Probably the best brakes I've ever used on a scooter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up here, use the glove box provided on the Hero, and give you guys a full walk around of the Hero. I've got tinted visors, it's a little difficult to see what I'm looking at. So straight off the bat, it's got a nice, reasonable size seat height, but it's got much higher handlebars, and this gives a nice upright riding position as well as keeping your arms at a nice L shape. It's very comfortable to ride around town. It's extremely lightweight, perfect for shooting around through all the traffic. So the design of this Hero, compared to the previous year's models, is the back end. It's actually been updated with a very nice rear smokes tail light, as you can see here. It comes with a grab rail for pillion riders, but we do have the optional top box attachment. It's much more sturdy. It actually comes out to about here and has a platform that lays out here. You can get a large top box on here. The ignition system as well is actually pretty smart. So obviously most of the time you need to pop up your seat and take out your cap, everything like that. So on the Hero, obviously you have your standard on and off. If you turn the key to the left, you're going to pop up your underseat storage here. And this is a very, very large area. You've got plenty of space available. And again, seat's very easy. Just push it down, have a little gentle push, your seat's locked. Second part is the petrol cap. You push the ignition in, turn it to the right, and out comes your fuel cap. You just fuel the bike up there, and the petrol tank's all located in the front of the bike. Now, as for the dash on the Hero, you've got your RPM gauge here. You have your basic lights that come on. This is obviously would say mile per hour, but you've got your fuel gauge here. You've got a clock, and you've got a trip meter as well. And as you turn on the ignition, you'll see all the dash lights come up. When your service is due, you have an oil change light. So it's not service due, sorry. When you're low on oil, you have a service light come on. High beam, low beam. Indicators located here and here. And you also have a flasher here as well, so you can just flash the bike like that. Nice and easy to start. Brake in, ignition on, starts on the button. So the Hero is actually fuel injected, as with all Euro 4 bikes. This gives the bike a very impressive mileage over a carbureted bike. Very impressive mileage, and it also gives a very, very torquey pull off from the line. This is actually rocking the new GY6 Gen 4 engine, which we've never had in any of our bikes before. But I must say it's absolutely fantastic. It pulls like an absolute train, up to about 40 miles an hour. It's very quick off the line, very, very quick. And it's actually putting out about 10 brake horsepower, which is more than a Shuttle and Harrier. But obviously, when Yamaha were bringing this bike in, it was sitting just below £3,000. Now we're bringing this bike out for a very impressive £1,700. So we're actually doing it about more than £1,000 cheaper than what Yamaha were. But it's the same bike, a very, very similar bike. But ours has got a nice few upgrades. It's got this nice integrated LED lights. It's got very chunky brake discs. You know, most scooters are actually, their discs actually waving through this. They start around here. They finish around there, but this has got a whole extra on the side here. 3-piston front caliper and telescopic forks, which do a fantastic job of picking up the knocks and bumps in the road. The exhaust here's got very nice guard on it, and it's got a nice little touch with the twin shock absorbers at the back. Bike also comes with pillion pegs. Pop those out and just gently slot them back. If you push them, it will just pop out. If you push them back in, there you go. So my favourite touches on this bike is the smoked lenses. It's very, very nice, and the actual build quality of this bike is by far the best we've ever had on a scooter. Absolutely by far. All the panels fit together nicely, and the riding position's perfect. Yeah, the bike actually rides and handles so nicely in the corners and on the road. Yeah. The bits that I really like about this bike is honestly it's just the around town use. I mean, it's so balanced and poised. Like you can go such a slow speed, it almost stands still. The bike just balances itself so nicely. A little touch of the throttle. And the acceleration on this thing is absolutely brilliant. It's brilliant for around getting off the lights, stop-start traffic is really where this bike is at home. So I'm about 6 foot. I'm a pretty tall guy, you know. I'm above average. And I have quite long legs, but even on here, I'm comfortable. I actually kind of struggle with scooters quite often for the leg room, but this is a very, very comfortable ride for me. I don't find my hands hitting on the handlebars loop around normal use, unless you're doing a very sharp U-turn. As well as the mirrors on the bike, they actually do a very good job. There's very little vibration on them. Very little vibration. And they're very, very clear. And the idle lights on the bike as well, they light up very nicely, as you can see on the front here. I really, really do rate this bike. I mean, I've tested a lot of motorbikes. I've tested everything from the, the Vespa GTS 300s, to full-size sport bikes and, adventure bikes, and obviously our full range. And we've got a lot of test bikes in at the moment. But this is something that us and myself and the other staff members are, so impressed with. And the price we can bring it in at is, without sound like a salesman, it's such an affordable bike. You get a lot of bike for your money. Obviously, that's complemented by your 2-year warranty with the dealer that you purchased the bike from. So it's always best to go to your local dealership, as they're the ones who's going to look after you the most at the end of the day. So we've got an exciting year this year. We've actually got a brand new website in development. It's actually at the very last part now. We're actually just waiting for some coding issues to be resolved, and we should be very close to being live. In our minds, we've got a lot of potential promotional videos that that we're looking to get into doing. Because obviously we've done the Wales trip, which was really successful for us on the terrain. And moving forward, we actually really got our heads together. We've got some really great ideas of stuff to come. So it's a really good space to watch here. If you don't know anything about it, if you own a Sinnis bike, and you want to communicate with other Sinnis riders, maybe get some ride outs, we have quite a well-building Facebook page. Obviously we have our main Sinnis Motorcycles page on Facebook, but we've got the Sinnis official owners group, and on that people actually communicating, they share all their pictures and experiences with their bikes. It's a really nice little community and network of people that obviously own Sinnis bikes and ride them. We've seen quite a lot of them go out for a ride out, especially the terrain riders. You guys really are out there. Some customers replicate the Wales trip that we done started last year, and yeah, you guys have just been, sent us a lot of images in, and sharing all your experiences and stories, which for us as a manufacturer is fantastic. We really like that personal touch with yourselves, where I know with any main brand out there, you'd never have that kind of communication, which is, something where I believe we really do set ourselves apart in comparison to other main manufacturers. We're also lucky enough to win the Scooter Franchise of the Year awards. We came above Yamaha, Suzuki, Peugeot scooters, Kawasaki. We came above all of them, and we was very, very happy to be receiving that awards at the start of January. And obviously we also won the Motorcycle Franchise of the Year awards. We got the Merit Awards. We came just below Yamaha. They won the Motorcycle Franchise for their MT series, for their MT10. So we really are barking up there with the big guns. It's the only time I could get out of the office. I just really want to show you guys, a bit of real riding on the Hero, because this bike is, this is the best bike. This is the best scooter I've ridden coming out of China. It is spot on, absolutely spot on. If I was 17 again, as I did own a scooter, if I was 17 again, I really wish this kind of stuff was around then. Okay, I understand this isn't a totally fair comparison, as this Sinnis over here is a bit more knocked about. This is a 13 plate Sinnis, so it's obviously got a bit of crash damage on it, but the key parts are still the same. So they still use the same tyres, the same suspension, as you can see on the detail in here, the same CTS tyres, the same speedo cable details, they're all the same stuff written on them. Same tyres, same suspension. On the front, you'll notice that we have integrated daytime running lights, LED ones. as the previous model hasn't. You can also see that we have new wheels on our Hero, and the disc brakes are much bigger over the previous model. Much more substantial disc brakes and a 3-piston front caliper here, which is running the CBS system, which gives it that great ability to stop so well. Come into the side of the bike. You'll notice they're using the same twin shock rear suspension, and similar exhaust systems. The rear disc. This is okay. So the Sinnis previous one is a drum brake. This is disc. You'll also notice these new built-in, nice upgraded rear lights, which have got a nice smoked tinge to them. This is the previous model. You'll also notice the rack is identical, even down to these mounting bungs underneath, which is where this jivvy rack mounts into here. Identical. You'll also notice the ignition is the same. If anything else, has a few little touches on top. Petrol cap's the same. All down to the glove box. And obviously the dash is different. Ours is upgraded. It's upgraded with a nice new backlight, nice new touch system here, all built in seamlessly. Switches are virtually the same. But the key part to remember here is we're selling our Hero for £1,000, more than £1,000 less than what Yamaha were. Thanks for watching.